John Martinelli, president of S. Martinelli Company. So we all went running downstairs, and the first thing that we saw was the smoke just billowing out of the building, and in all kinds of places. And I know just from my experience with these cold storages is that the buildings are pretty well buttoned up. There aren't a lot of openings. Doors are closed. There are no windows. And so if something's leaking out like that, there's got to be, an inferno inside. The apple growers is critically important to us because they store the fruit that they pick in 2 months that takes us 8 to 10 months to process. We can store all the different varieties that we need for the whole year, but they're all harvested at different times of the year. So when you put all the apples in cold storage, then from that point on, we can set our blend throughout the whole rest of the season. We had various products, mostly our plastic 10-ounce. And even though the juice is in the bottles, once those bottles caught on fire, they burned. And that did contribute to some degree to the fire. So the fire department was great. When they sectioned off the street and stopped all the through traffic from going through, and they knew that the building was safe, they let us go in and pull product out of the cold storage, the part of the area, the building that wasn't burning, and we saved about $1 million worth of product during that night, hauling the stuff across the street. And we were loading up a truck that was taking it over to our warehouse, and then we had forklifts just coming straight across the street and putting them on the curb, and then another guy that would pick it up and take it into the building on the other side. So they were fantastic with us. They didn't have to do that, and we were just really, really excited that they gave us that opportunity to salvage some of that product. The fire department was talking about it moving from one room to the next to the room to the next room, because the way that cold storage is built, the concrete walls came up about 90% of the height of the building, and then the walls were wooden from that point up into the ceiling, and so that's where the fire was moving from one room to the next. We just went into escrow to purchase the old Bird's Eye frozen food plant, which is just across the railroad tracks from our West Beach plant. And it's an enormous plant. There's about 80,000 square feet of that plant that's pretty much ready to go, that's going to be able to serve as our finished product warehouse to replace the space that we lost in the apple growers fire.